live on Adobe Radio, The Brett Davern Show.
I love them. I love the fans. I love the listeners. I love Abby in Arizona. Not first Abby in Arizona, but second Abby in Arizona has my heart today.
It's the Brett Davern Show. Brought to you by Nice Guy Digital on Adobe Radio. And recorded live in beautiful North Hollywood, California. On today's episode, we haven't had enough coffee yet. We're going to rant, maybe go through some lists. We'll see where the day takes us.
I've got something to say.
Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school 3 times.
That's me.
Your new best friend.
Yep.
Brett Davern!
Listen up! Everybody, this is our show. Thank you for telling your friends and family about our silly program and engaging with us on the social media. If you haven't told your friends and family about this show yet, you are dead to me!
Yikes. It's true.
Come on, just tell your friends. Send them a link, tweet them a link, text them a link. Let them know what's up. Also, get on iTunes and write us a review, darn it. A lot of people, when they get on iTunes, they write the review, they go, oh, I wrote it and I pressed submit, but it didn't post. Yeah, Apple's weird, and it takes a couple days for them to make sure you didn't put anything profane in your review. So just write it, press submit, and then sit back and relax. It'll show up eventually. Get on there and do it. I am the commander, and I command you. The email for the show is blah, blah, blah. The phone number for the show is blah, blah, blah. You know what it is. Text the show. Put bdsfans@adobe.com into your text messaging. You've heard that 1,000 times. All right. Today, prove that you are listening live by putting in the hat emoji. I just looked around the room.
Baseball hats.
And I realized that everyone in here is wearing a hat of some kind. So, dealer's choice. Go with whatever hat you want. Cowboy hat, baseball cap. The proper term is a baseball cap.
Why cap, not hat?
That's just what it is, but nobody ever goes with it. Everybody always says hat. That's all right. Whatever you want. Clown hat, the little beanie with the helicopter on it. Is there that?
I don't know.
They have that in there in the emojis? I don't know. All right, lots of show to get to today. Before we get to all of it, hello, yeah, BW.
I was really confused at first. Hi.
So basic. Hello, Matadocious.
Hi, Brett.
Hello, Katie LeClaire.
Today is National Siblings Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, big shout out, big ups to my baby bro.
Nice.
It's the only sibling I got. And then, Katie.
Yes?
Because I only had one sibling, in my little family, I made some siblings. Know what I'm saying?
No.
I created siblings from nothing.
How?
Well,
He's talking about how he's a
because
dad.
we gave birth to a boy, and then we gave birth to a girl. So I was like, I'm going to make you a sibling, boy. So I made him a sibling and also made him a sibling. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Now I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, you got it. Ooh, the 3-4 with the top hat. Very classy. And then the 816 with, it just gives you the question mark because I haven't updated the iPad. So I'm not really sure what they went with. And then the 413 with what looks like a straw hat with a bow around it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that looks nice. Kind of Eastery. All right. All right. This is Valerie by Rah Rah Riot. And then coming back after this song, I have got something to say, and I haven't told anyone in the studio what it's going to be, and I can't wait. Come back with us, won't you?
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
You're listening to The Brett Davern Show with that other guy from that one show on MTV. Yeah, you know, Brett Davern on Adobe Radio.
It's the best thing
Brett.
so far today.
Yeah. This is the best thing Brett's seen so far today. Get ready. I don't do it right.
Yeah, you're breaking your own rule.
I know. I'm not doing it right.
Do you want to try it again?
Hold on. I gotta wait for the internet to load. All right, yeah, do it again.
Okay, here you go.
Yep.
It's the best thing
Brett's
seen so far today.
got that better that time. The proper way to eat hot dogs according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
And that's the best thing
Brett.
seen so far today.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, no.
Attention, America. Now, I'm reading this straight off the internet, so you know it's got to be
What's
true.
the source? From where? The international...
Mentalfloss.com, but this article is written, they got together with the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. It can't get more official than that, Katie.
It's fair. That's a good
Attention,
statement.
America. You're probably eating hot dogs the wrong way, which is pretty embarrassing when you consider how much you love them. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, a part of the American Meat Institute, has an official etiquette guide for hot dog eating in order to do the summer staple justice. Surprisingly, many of the rules are intended to prevent people from getting too fancy with their franks. Oh, here we go. It says, be sure to only use plain buns or buns with poppy or sesame seeds. Don't get too fancy with the buns, people. That's one thing that they're saying. Now, let's get to the big ticket item. Here we go. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council also has rules about ketchup. Hold on. I'm too excited. Hold on. I gotta calm down. Let me take a sip of coffee. Okay, here we go. Calm down, Davern. Here we go. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council also has rules about ketchup, much to the dismay of internet commenters. According to the council, any person over the age of 18 should not top their hot dog with ketchup, despite the fact that over half of all Americans use the condiment. Council President Janet Riley, the so-called Queen of the Ween, is shocked by this. She says, and this is quote, ketchup's popularity was a big surprise considering our etiquette rules, and ketchup's notable absence from regional hot dog favorites like the Chicago dog and the New York dog. Yeah.
What, you totally trailed off?
Yeah, hold on, I read that quote wrong. Oh, she's saying that ketchup's, she's saying that the popularity of ketchup was a surprise to them because ketchup is not in the recipe for the Chicago dog and the New York dog. That's
Right.
what she's saying.
Yeah, I got that.
Sorry. I think I read the quote a little bit wrong. I had to go back and reread it. Also, they have rules about keeping the dish that you serve a hot dog on low maintenance as well. It says paper plates are preferable. Yeah, see, they like low maintenance, Katie, and that's what I am. I'm a low maintenance guy. Get a dog, put some mustard on it, call it a day.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Great.
I just like, let me read it again for all of you that aren't listening and need it again. Wake up, Jeremiah. Listen up. The National Hot Dog and Sausage Council also has rules about ketchup. According to the council, any person over the age of 18 should not put ketchup on their hot dog. There you go.
Let me tell you what I do.
There you go. Hey, listen. I don't want to hear it anymore. The council has spoken.
I'm within the standards of the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. I'm within the standards. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I put the ketchup on the paper plate and I dip the dog in the ketchup. Their rules specify that you cannot put ketchup on the dog. So therefore,
don't even try.
Loophole technicality, I'm fine.
No. Just stop. Don't. That's ridiculous. It's borderline offensive, and I view it as an attack. It's a microaggression, and I will go find a safe space to now cry in.
We took a poll on Twitter. I said the best condiment on a hot dog, ? The options were mustard, ketchup, mayo, other.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to know the results as of now?
Well, how long ago did you put it up?
Just a few minutes ago, but we have votes already.
Okay. What's the early... Okay, this is early tabulations, though.
Well, first I'll say that Marty Shannon commented and said the trash. Other
there
than
he
that,
is.
As of now...
Wait, hold on.
Changed. It just changed.
I want to say, though, that I it's fine. You can do your poll here, but I have issues with the way that this question was asked in the poll already. But so I am already considering this poll invalid unless it comes out with the results that I want.
What's the issue?
You said, what's the best condiment? That's not the question. It's the question is it ever okay to put ketchup on a hot dog? And then it's yes or no. That's it.
The answer is yes.
No.
Okay, so as of now...
The answer is absolutely no.
40% mustard, 60% ketchup.
Yeah, but see, it's not the...
But obviously
it's
it's
okay
okay.
by your standards. That doesn't mean it's not okay.
Excuse me. The National Council of Hot Dogs and Sausage, which is a part of the American Meat Institute, has spoken.
I've just decided
Uh-huh.
I'm going to create the National Council of Oreo Cookies.
There probably already is one.
Well, no, now there is. And you are no longer allowed to dip your Oreo cookies in milk.
I agree.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm just trying to make a point that anybody
microphones.
can make an association and make up rules
That's
for a
right.
type of food when that makes no sense.
Well, I disagree with
listen,
both associations.
Well, no, I dunk my Oreos. I'm just trying to make a point.
Listen. The thing is that rules were made to be broken, and it's okay to break the rules. It's just that you need to know that the official this is the thing. You need to know the rules in order to be able to break the rules. And the rules are
Right.
if you're over 18, you're not supposed to put ketchup on a hot dog. Now, you can break that rule. You can speed on the freeway. It's just you're going to have to suffer the consequences if you do and if you get caught. And those consequences are that if we are friends, we are now no longer friends.
So what are we, just coworkers?
Let's take a break. Listen to some music. This is Saturday Sun by Vance Joy.
Every
Maddie,
time I dip my
that is not-
thing. Thank you for watching on YouTube or for listening to the podcast version of our show. We love you. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now instead of this message. Sometimes rules don't allow us to play that kind of stuff on YouTube or on the podcast. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a few seconds.
Keep up with all things Brett Davern Show on Twitter. At Brett Davern Show, IW Radio.
Let me keep reading from the article here. Because I think, listen, they're the authority, okay? They are the authority on this stuff about hot dogs. All right, how to plate them. We talked about that. They want you to use paper plates. Paper plates are preferable, but an everyday dish will do. You want to eat your hot dog off of fine china? They say, sorry, that is a faux pas. All right, now how to eat them. Here we go. Ready, Katie? Mm-hmm. Because hot dogs are casual foods, you should never use a fork and a knife. I mean, I think we can all agree with that, right?
Yeah. If it's as long as it's not like a sausage, not like a bratwurst.
It says hot dog. Because hot dogs are a casual food, you should never eat them with a fork and a knife.
It is the hot dog and sausage council, so I just feel that it's worth. I'm just saying.
I think we can all agree with that.
Yes.
Same thing with pizza. Put the forks and knives down. Forget it.
Right. You're not in Chicago.
It's not pizza. Instead, always use your hands for any hot dog on a bun. See, there you go. They answered the question. Mm-hmm. And while you're at it, make sure you take no more than 5 bites to finish your Frank, although 7 is acceptable if it's a foot long. So no more than 5 bites. They got very specific rules. Make sure you eat every part of the hot dog, including any leftover parts of the bun. I agree with that, too. Finally,
you're just going to eat a mouthful of carbs?
Sure.
I don't know this to be
it's
the
a hot dog. We're already going for a hot dog here.
Okay.
Finally, make sure your beverage of choice doesn't outshine the food. Wine should never be paired with hot dogs. Instead, opt for a beer, a soda, a lemonade, an iced tea. Really, anything that doesn't clash with your non-ketchup topping. It actually says that in the article. They're going after ketchup again in the article. Now, post-meal, if you find yourself covered in mustard, parentheses, or whatever else you put on your dog that isn't ketchup, end parentheses. See, they're going after ketchup again. There's also a way to clean up. Use paper napkins to clean your face. Cloth napkins, never okay. And make sure you lick off any condiments that you find on your fingers. I agree with that. Completely. I'm totally on board with this council. It's like I wrote that article myself.
Did you?
No. I didn't. You think I interviewed the queen of the ween?
Yes. I have an important question.
We should try to get her on this show, by the way.
During the break.
Yes,
you
Matadocious?
said that ketchup, the problem with ketchup is that it's sweet. Would you put syrup on bacon or sausage?
No.
Okay.
If some residual syrup, first of all, as we've discussed before, pancakes, no thank you. Pancakes, disgusting. A wad of just mushy, bleh. It's another way you can tell you're still a child. But if some residual syrup from the waffles I'm enjoying because I'm an adult, or the French toast because I'm a sophisticated, fancy adult, happens to bleed its way onto the corner of some bacon, I'm good with that. That's fine. But there's no dipping of the bacon on every bite. No. Every bite? Katie, come on. As we discussed on this show.
I'm not saying every bite. You're just saying no to say no, right?
I didn't excuse me. Hold on. Back up. I didn't say no. I said if it finds its way onto the corner, I'm good with that. And it's a tasty little delight. But I'm not going to slather my bacon with syrup all over it or dip the bacon for every bite. That's what I said. It's the same thing with the French fries and the milkshake. It is good, but you don't do it for every single French fry. You don't want to be Icarus. It's too close to the sun. You both agree with me.
No.
You do a French fry in the milkshake, every single French fry?
It's more that whenever I eat French fries, I don't always also get a milkshake. But
Exactly.
if I'm going to go for it, if I'm going to pair those two things on purpose, I'm going to go all out.
No,
every once in a while.
You're making my point for me, though. I just said you don't do it every single time. That's the whole point.
No, what you said is every single bite.
I'm saying if I'm purposely doing the fries and the milkshake thing, I'm going all out.
I
I'm
guarantee you,
every
if
time.
we go down the street right now to the diner that is down the street, and you order a milkshake and French fries, and I sat there and I said, Maddie, that fry didn't go in the milkshake. By the time you would be done, you'd be like, Brett, please don't make me do one more fry in that milkshake.
Challenge accepted. Boy Wonder agrees with me. So.
All right. I'm just saying, I doubt there is a time when every single French fry has gone into the milkshake. I doubt it.
Past the age of 18.
It's too much. Well, yeah, because when you're under 18, you do dumb things all the time.
Right.
So it's fine. It's acceptable.
Frankenstein sodas.
Once listen, when you're a kid, you want to start with the ketchup only on the dog? Fine with me. That's fine. Then you graduate, maybe ketchup and a little bit of mustard, then ketchup and a little more mustard. Then you want to start
So what
putting
you're
relish
saying-
on there and whatever you
What
want
you're
to keep
saying is
graduating.
that the
but
ketchup
eventually,
is so delicious, you have to wean yourself off of it. That's what you're saying.
no, I'm saying like anything in life, you do it when you're a child, but then at some point you have to leave that behind and become an adult.
But you have to gradually introduce the mustard because it's not good.
When you are a child, sweet things taste good. That's why you don't, you aren't into like mushrooms and things when you're a kid and like these like
Sweet things always taste good. Have you seen America?
no. Well, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like your palate, you crave the sweet things. Like even just breast milk is super sweet. Like because you're a baby and sweet and sugar and these things, that's the flavors that you crave. But as you get older, your palate becomes refined and you start liking bitter, sour, spicy. These other flavors start to become things that you crave. Coffee, for example, And so mustard and things like that fall into that category of like it's more refined, it's more mature. Your taste buds and your what am I trying to say? Preferences mature, or should at least. That's the thing.
I know a lot of adults that prefer sweet. Still.
Yeah, that's because they're not adults.
Yeah, that's what Brett's saying.
Yeah.
I know enough though that I feel like you can't just be like, no, if you're an adult, you don't prefer that.
You can. You just start saying it. That's how you do it. You just start doing it. You just start going, this is the way it is. I mean, look, when you're a kid and you get the box of assorted chocolates, there's certain ones you go towards when you're a kid. And then when you become an adult, there's other ones that you're like, no, this is actually the jam. This is actually where it is. The coconut one or something like that.
You're not making your point for yourself because what you're saying is all candy. So
No, Katie.
your flavor preferences changed within the parameters of the thing that you're crapping on. Help me understand then.
The first time that you go to a party and, a house party and they have some booze there or whatever, like the first time.
After the age of 21?
Hopefully
yes.
you're over the age of 21, but.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go for like a Smirnoff Ice or a Zima or a Fuzzy Navel, or if you're Boy Wonder, you're still drinking those. But anyway.
Boy Wonder's over there shaking his head. We bought apple cider specifically for him.
And no, I know. He's excluded from this conversation. But I'm just saying that, like, you go for those things right off the bat, right? Because you're not going to just go to your first house party and be like, hey, hook me up with a bourbon on the rocks. But as you continue to go down the line, you start to appreciate the nuances and the finer things in the things that aren't maybe, they're not sweet and... You know what I'm saying. Why are you trying to argue with this? You know what I mean.
I just think that ketchup is fine. And I think
It's
that
not
the
fine.
Queen of Ween has
Who
been...
I want to have on this show. I think she's a hero.
Here's what I want to ask her, how the mustard lobbyists got to her. How much is she getting paid?
Listen, Katie, you consider yourself to be a bit of a foodie.
Sure. yeah.
Okay. So, and I'd say, I think you probably consider yourself to be more of a foodie than I consider myself to be. So I think that you could explain this and speak on this a little bit better than even I can, which is that a sausage and a hot dog, like, they have these like salty, savory elements to them, right? And the mustard helps to bring that out, whereas the ketchup just negates what is going on
No.
internally inside the dog.
It's umami. It's salty. It's fatty. It's sweet. It's savory. It's the crunch from the skin. It's a whole thing.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is a good thing. We got to get like a chef in here or something. We got to get someone in here to like talk to us and explain this. Because I mean, I just read from the council, and you're still not going with me on this.
I'm not, because the mustard lobbyists.
No, that's not. Stop. That's not a thing.
Big Mustard has got their dirty little hands all over this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was
Well,
my Brett
Heinz
impression.
makes.
Did you guys hear it?
Heinz makes
That was a good
mustard
impression,
too.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but that's not what they're known for.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much did French's pay the queen of ween.
You think she's been bribed?
Yes.
Look, it's the whole council's making a vote here. I would imagine there's more than just...
Well,
she's just a
spreading the
She's
wealth.
just the mouthpiece.
She's spreading that wealth.
She's just Ma Anand Sheila. You know what I mean?
Right.
She's not the Bhagwan.
Right.
This is When You Were Young, You Put Ketchup on Your Hot Dog by the Killers.
Thank you for watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast version of The Brett Davern Show. If you were listening live on Adobe Radio, you'd be hearing real music right now, instead of this message and whatever song this is. Sometimes the rules just won't let us play real music on YouTube or the podcast. It's not a big deal. Just putting it out there. Back with more show in a second.
Adobe Radio. Got something to say? Send Brett a text right now with iMessage. Text message BDS fans at adobe.com. You're listening to The Brett Davern Show.
You saying...
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't exactly remember the wording that I said in the break, but you saying that people cannot like mustard. I don't remember what I said. You told me to hold on to it. There's too much going on.
Here's the thing. Some people are texting in during the break. Yeah, but ketchup is delicious on a hot dog. Here's the thing. Yeah, maybe. That's not my point. I've never once during this argument said that it doesn't taste good. I'm just saying you shouldn't do it.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, I personally haven't put ketchup on hot dogs since maybe like the age of like 13 or 14, maybe.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that it doesn't taste good. I made a decision that I was going to leave this part of my life behind because I am going to... Wait, okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm listening because you're going to... Go ahead.
I'm not saying that it possibly doesn't taste good. That's not what I'm saying. There's just certain things in life you should do and certain things in life you shouldn't do. And putting ketchup on a hot dog is just something you shouldn't do. Get over it. You did that when you were a kid. Don't do it anymore. You don't need it.
I have this picture. I have this picture in my head of 13-year-old Brett.
Yeah.
At a barbecue.
Yeah, it was actually a baseball field, but
field,
Uh-huh.
and running up, and you with your dad getting a hot dog, and your dad being like, "Brett, ketchup," and Brett be like, "No, I'm a man now. I want mustard."
Well, no, it was more like
It was the opposite of that.
Yeah, it was more like, if you put ketchup on that, you're no longer my son. I was like, okay, fine.
It was like
I'm not doing it again.
your door into manhood.
Oh, my dad is like, don't even come near. Like, don't even have ketchup in the house if there's hot dogs around.
So Brian also,
My brother,
Yeah.
on National Sibling Day,
also knows not to put ketchup on his hot dog.
oh no,
right?
he puts ketchup on the dogs.
So
And
is that-
I just look at him like he's crazy every time.
So you're your dad's favorite, definitely.
I don't know, actually. Probably, I don't know. No, look, I'm not saying that it doesn't taste good or that it might taste good. I don't really know. It's been a long time. But you just shouldn't do it. That's all.
This is something that I know about you.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
You intentionally punish yourself.
I do.
I know.
That's right. Yeah, I do.
Because You're a masochist for some reason.
No.
You feel like it makes you stronger in
That's
the end.
there you go.
I know.
I'm stronger for it.
Also, you are a little bit of a masochist. A little bit.
You can't always just do things that feel good and whatever. Every once in a while, you have to be like. But here's the other thing, though, too. Hold on, because that's like kind of silly. Like the thing is that
He's getting into it, guys. He's sitting on the edge of his chair now.
look, I didn't start eating sushi until I was 24 or so. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. 25, 24, 25, something like that. And I started out the way that everyone starts out eating sushi. And by the way, I'm from Seattle, like great seafood. There's a lot of Japanese restaurants in Seattle. Like sushi's everywhere in Seattle, you know. But I don't know. I just didn't eat it. My parents don't eat it. They're more meat and potatoes type people. Like I just didn't grow up eating sushi. We eat a lot of fish, but it's off the grill or you know, fish and chips or whatever. But I didn't eat sushi. And then at like 24, I was like introduced to sushi. I was on a film set, and the other people on the set were like, "Oh, we like sushi. Let's go out for sushi." And the first couple times we went, I would just order teriyaki chicken and rice, and they would order sushi because I was like, "I don't like sushi," but I didn't really have a frame of reference for not liking it. I was just like, "I don't like it because I've never experienced it or whatever." And then slowly but surely, that it's like, oh, start with a California roll, and then you get the one with the cream cheese in it, and the ones that like have more flavor and flavors that you're used to, you know, those kinds of things. And that's your gateway. You know, the California roll is the gateway, is the marijuana of the sushi world, you know? It leads you down the path towards the eel roll, which is black tar heroin. What am I saying? Anyway, the point is is that at first you don't really like something. It's, oh, texturally this or that, or I'm not used to these flavors, or what is wasabi anyway? And
delicious.
You know. Well, yeah, but see, this brings up a whole other point, which I don't want to go down right now, but like you don't like mustard, but you love wasabi, and that doesn't really make much sense.
And horseradish,
because they're the
and
exact
it's all the
same
thing.
flavor profiles. But anyway, so you know, at first you're like, oh, this isn't quite my jam, or like, I'm not sure if I really like this, or what is this? But the more you get into it, I mean, now I just eat sashimi, like just raw fish, without the rice, without the cream cheese, without the mayonnaise, without the wasabi and soy sauce and the whole thing. And it's delicious, of course. Yeah. But I could have never seen myself doing that, you know.
Here's what I want to say, though.
Back in the day. So I'm just saying that, like, sometimes it's important to, in life, to just expose yourself to something, and then it's not just the first time. You didn't have to expose yourself a second time and a third time, and keep, you know, stay at it. And before long, you'll be able to recognize the nuances and whatever. I mean, the first time you drink wine, it's like, oh, this tastes like, you know, musty grapes, or like spoiled grape juice, you know. But then the more you get into it, I mean, now
it's what it is, actually. But yeah,
look, it sounds pretentious, but you can get to the point where you're like, this definitely is a Pinot, and that's a Cab. Like, you can start to tell the difference if you do it enough. You know, it's the same thing with mustard.
My theory, no, you're wrong.
Well, I could tell the difference between a Dijon and a French's all day long.
Yeah, great. My theory on life, it's good that you can do that. I like that for you. I can too, except for they're all gross. I'm not trying to make you upset. Here's my theory on life. If you don't like a food, you have to try it 3 times. This is my rule for myself. If you say, oh, I don't like deviled eggs, right? Well, maybe your mom's not good at making
all
deviled eggs.
All deviled eggs are gross.
That's fine for you to feel. Have you had them more than 3 times?
I love deviled eggs. Are you kidding me? They're amazing.
They are. They're delicious. But what I'm saying is that triggers people a lot. Deviled eggs.
Because
and by the way,
people are stupid.
I put mustard in my deviled eggs.
Listen, because of course you do, because that's how to do it. But also, people are dumb. Listen, people just, it's, oh, smell, oh, texture, oh, this, oh, that, or oh, I just have it in my head that I don't like that.
Right.
That's just, you're just being silly. Like, just taste it. Shut your eyes, taste it. Like, really take it in. Like, but then again, maybe people just don't have good palates. A lot of people eat at Olive Garden too.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, don't eat at Olive Garden.
That's the thing. I think the thing is that people are ruined by so much bad food And everything now is like, every commercial you see is like, it's flavor on top of flavor, packed with more flavor, and then we bomb it with flavor.
It's Guy Fieri's fault.
I mean, it's already a taco at Taco Bell. It doesn't have to be in a Dorito shell. Now listen, those are tasty. Fine. I'm with you. I'm just saying that, like, I think we're flying a bit too close to the sun with all this stuff, and it's ruining our palates. That's all.
I am adventurous in the food department.
Yeah.
I'll eat weird things.
Of course,
I'll
me
eat
too.
chicken feet.
I will
feet.
eat anything.
Me too.
We have discussed this before.
I know.
There is not one thing on the face of the planet that I will not try.
Same.
I don't care. Sea cucumber, it doesn't matter. All the weird stuff, whatever. They make and they sell out every time. So they, at Mariner baseball games in Seattle, they are famous for now at the concession stands, they do deep fried crickets.
I've had crickets.
With chili and lime.
Yeah, that's the way
I
I
had
had them.
in Seattle, and they sell out every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go for that. Why not?
Have you had crickets?
No. I'll do it right now. Let's go. Let's go after the show. I'm down.
There's probably a place around here that does that.
But see, I think a lot of people, they make up a determination in their head before they even eat something. And so
Right.
then you're just stuck with it.
But
And
this is what I'm
mustard
saying to
is
you.
one of those things
Just
that,
listen, though.
Well, hold on. Mustard is one of those things that gets that rap. You decide as a kid, I don't like it, because your palate isn't able to process it when you're a kid. It's vinegary, it's sometimes spicy, like these things. So, and it it gets in your nose, gives you that sneezy feeling. So, like, I understand that you have that when you're a kid, but you grow up and your palate matures with you, and you can then bring mustard back into the fold later. That's all I'm saying. You know what's really great? Pro tip: French fries, ketchup, delicious, obviously. Just a little squirt of mustard, not half and half. Just a little squirt, then mix it around. It's delicious. No?
No. Maybe. I don't know. That I've never tried. Would I? Sure, I'll take a bite. I don't like it. I don't know.
No. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead. Yes?
What I'm saying to you, as somebody who has eaten chicken feet and chili lime crickets and emu sausage and alligator burgers, like, I will eat the weird thing every time.
Yeah.
And I like the weird thing.
Uh-huh.
I just don't like mustard. And I feel like I am adventurous enough to give myself the one pass.
Why do you put them in the deviled eggs?
Because that's how my mom made them.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's how we made them growing up. I also, one of the first times I met you, cooked mustard steaks. They're delicious, right?
Right,
It
yeah.
burns off. You can't taste the mustard. I don't want to taste it. I get it's
Then why
used
put it
as
on
a
there in
meat
the first
tenderized
place?
because it tenderizes the meat.
Oh, my gosh.
It's basically MSG.
You could accomplish the same thing with a little bit of, like, salt and balsamic vinegar, probably.
Can't. It's not the same.
Oh, boy. If you think right now that when you slather a raw steak in French's mustard and then put it on the grill, that on the other side of that it has no mustard flavor, you're crazy.
Well, for my own, slather and then wipe and then grill. So it's significantly less, which, by the way,
Still in there.
I put significantly less mustard than any of my family members do in the deviled eggs.
Still in there.
I have a philosophy that you're going to hate.
No, don't start
go-
it that way.
but
I feel
I
like
go-
I'm very open-minded. Don't
with
be
Katie,
that way.
I'm with Katie on try things because you never know what you're missing out on.
That's
and you
right.
never know what you'll, because when you first try something that's gross or that you might not like, you're probably going into it pretty biased. But at the same time,
Can you say you're with both of us though? Because I
Okay,
have
yeah.
that same philosophy.
I'm with you on that. But at the same time, if at the end of the 3 times you still don't like it,
Yeah.
life is too short to eat onions. Don't eat the onions. I'm not going to waste my time on onions.
Look, I know when I'm a kid, and you see the adults eating the hot dogs, they put the mustard on, they put maybe ketchup and mustard, I don't know, and then they go with relish and sauerkraut and there's all these hot dog toppings that as a kid you're like, what are you doing? But now that I've grown up, it's like, oh man, a hot dog with some kraut on it, delicious. Or like a Reuben sandwich, the sauerkraut in there, oh, so good. And it's these things that you just don't understand. And then all of a sudden you start to understand it and you're like, oh, yeah, they're onto something. I mean, all that history behind it, like everybody can't be wrong, you know? That's what I think about when I eat foods that I've never tried before. I just go like, well, this has to have stood the test of time for some reason, you know? Kimchi or anything that just like seems exotic and like that I have no frame of reference for, you know? It's like, well,
there's like 700 kinds of kimchi too.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we solved anything here today.
No, we didn't, but we didn't ever agree on butter either, so.
What about butter? I think actually we got somewhere though that I think I just want to leave it with this. Like my overall point is that like I don't deny that these things are delicious. You know. It's just that sometimes it's okay to like
not have carbonation for a year.
Sometimes it's okay to and good to just I don't know. In my opinion, it could be character building to deny yourself what is just always your favorite thing or the most delicious thing or whatever. Like just sometimes just like meh, go with something you don't have all that often. That's all.
So you're gonna try ketchup on a hot dog?
Again, you mean? Like
yeah, since the age of 13, you're gonna try it again because sometimes it's not your preference and it's not the most delicious thing in your mind. So you're gonna put ketchup on your next hot dog.
No. I can't. I wouldn't be able to do it. No. I'm a man of principles, Katie. I can't go back on what I say.
I think that is what you're saying, though. That's the problem. I think that's exactly what you're saying.
Bitten by my own snake.
A little bit.
Oh, boy. That's a wrap, everybody. On another edition of the Brett Davern Show. Thank you out there for listening live on Adobe Radio, subscribing on YouTube, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you like what you heard, just tell a friend, everybody.
Tell them.
Mm-hmm. Say goodbye, Ketchup Katie.
Goodbye, Ketchup Brett.
Katie's on Twitter and Instagram at Katie LeClaire. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at bdavava. If you disagree with me, tell me why. And it better be a better argument than it tastes good. Tell me why you should keep putting ketchup on a hot dog past that it tastes good. I want like a real, just, I don't know. No one has ever made the argument that has ever made me go like, okay. I don't know. More shows on Adobe Radio all day. Pruner TV at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Talking all things TV. And then Dangerous Darren at 7 Eastern. And a new show, Let's Talk Music, is on at 9 p.m. Eastern. Check those things out on Adobe Radio later in the day, but keep it here all day for great music. Once again, for Katie and Boy Wonder and Matadocious and the text line, which was going crazy today, all you ketchup and mustard lovers out there, the 225, the 973, the 44, the 413, the 602, the 34, the 570, the 920, and the 816. I'm Brett. I'm reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other by not allowing your friends to put ketchup on hot dogs.
I think
we will see you tomorrow.
I'm so afraid right now.
That was our show. brain is stuck. My brain is stuck between continuing to make points or just ending the show. I can't figure out which one I want to do. I've got so much to say. Because I hear all these people right now on Twitter tweeting in, being like, he tells everyone to be kind and take care of each other, but he just yells at everyone on all show. I just want everyone to know that in the yelling, I'm never, like, being mean. I'm just sticking to my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I know. I just want to point that out because I get a lot of tweets that are like, he tells everyone to be kind and nice, and then he yells at everybody. It's like, no. I have an opinion, and I'm a man of passion, and I'm sticking to it. That's all.
Yeah. Everybody in this room understands that.
I am kind.
You are.
And I take care of all of my friends, which I guess Katie is no longer one of them. Oh, whatever. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Janet Riley, you queen of ween.
That's it for the Brett Davern Show today. But don't worry, they'll be back tomorrow on Adobe Radio Live, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific.